Welcome to Lawyers Who Care, the video show podcast that highlights attorneys who go above and beyond for their clients. And on each episode, we will meet a new lawyer and they will share stories of when they went beyond legal counsel for the benefit of their client. My name is Andrew Samalin. I'm the principal of Samalin Wealth, a nationally recognized wealth management firm for lawyers, their firms, and their clients. And let's applaud Lawyers Who Care and learn from them. Today, my guest is Colleen Bratkovich. She is a partner at Zachariah Brown in Pennsylvania. And Colleen practices law in the area of Medicaid planning, veterans benefits, and estate planning. Welcome, Colleen.
Thank you, Andrew. I'm so pleased to be here today.
So, Colleen, tell us about how you came to the law.
I have maybe a little less than traditional path to the law. I did not go to law school right out of my undergraduate education. I actually had a background working with older individuals in a clinical capacity in a hospital system here in Pittsburgh, and kind of found my way to the law a little bit later. The hospital system closed and I left that job and started working for a Medicaid health insurance company. The Medicaid health insurance company gave me kind of an insight to the Medicaid system and how it worked. And as I eventually found my way to law school and was contemplating what areas of law interested me, I found that I have this interest in working with the older population, and I had a background in Medicaid, and elder law just seemed to be a perfect fit. So working with families who are navigating that path of applying for Medicaid, finding sources of long-term care, and being able to help to guide them through that process.
And the nature of the firm supports that type of work, I'm sure. Is there a differentiating factor other than the specialty for the firm?
Sure. So our firm, we're a boutique law firm in suburban Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and in Southwest Florida. So we operate in both those areas, helping families in person and virtually across the entire states. But our primary focus is on estate planning, estate administration, and elder law. Elder law really does come out of estate planning. Lots of folks have ideas about, well, what do I want to happen to my stuff when I pass away? And who's going to inherit from me and what am I leaving them? But the reality is that with the cost of long-term care and the likelihood that somebody's going to need care, people's life savings are decimated by the time they get to when they pass away. And so there's much less that they're leaving behind. So elder law really comes out of that idea that we want to help families plan for the possibility of needing long-term care in the future and finding strategies and ways to protect that net worth so they do have something to leave behind to their heirs. So we're dealing with families. We do estate planning for everyone. So right now we're in graduation season. So we're doing our kickoff to helping our college students get their powers of attorney in place before they leave for college in the fall. So we're dealing with those families for kids who are 18 years old, all the way up through elderly individuals who are applying for nursing home care. So we do estate planning for everyone. We obviously do help and guide those families through the estate administration process when they pass away. But we spend lots and lots of time working with families who are trying to source care and then figure out how they're going to pay for it, helping them navigate the systems to be able to apply for Medicaid and also veterans benefits to have payment sources for that care. And
you had mentioned you had a quick client story that you wanted to share.
Sure. You're asking about times when we felt we went above and beyond. And I always do think back to this story. It holds a special place in my heart, and this family holds a special place in my heart. But it was a time, I can remember it distinctly. It was 2014 and it was Christmas Eve. The reason I remember is I was a new mom. I had a 4-month-old baby, first time mom, and it was my daughter's first Christmas. Christmas Eve is traditionally a day our office is closed. It's one of the paid holidays that we offer to our employees. So the office is closed and I'm home with my baby. And I have a client who is being discharged from the hospital. If anybody knows anything about hospitals, they do not like to keep people over the holidays because then they have to staff more people and they have to pay them more for being there on the holiday. So the hospital was desperate that they were going to discharge my client from the hospital on Christmas Eve to a nursing home. My client had volunteered for many, many years at a nursing home in our area here in southwestern Pennsylvania, and had made it explicitly clear that if she ever had to go to a nursing home, she was going to this nursing home. she had spent all this time volunteering there, and that was the only place that she was going to go.
Mhm.
And it's Christmas Eve, and they will not take her. So the nursing home is saying that they don't want to admit anybody in. They don't want to bring anybody in right before the holiday for the same reasons that the hospital is trying to get rid of her. But it was just, it took some finessing, and, sometimes it just takes some extra effort on behalf of the family and extra effort on behalf of the law firm. But we were able to actually get the client admitted. She moved into the nursing home, and believe it or not, and this is why what we do is so important, she lived in that nursing home more than 10 years before she passed away. So if we think about, in Pennsylvania, the average cost of nursing home care, runs us roughly $12,000, $13,000, $14,000 a month. So we think about what the financial cost to that would have been if her family was paying privately for it and she didn't have Medicaid. So, it's really important, but that's, a story that I'll always remember about spending that Christmas Eve trying to negotiate getting my client admitted into this nursing home before the end of the day.
Yeah. And who watched the 4-month-old?
Oh, I was with her. She was with me. The office was closed. Daycare was closed. Yeah, she was with me. So
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yep.
So again, my guest is Colleen Bratkovich, a partner at Zachariah Brown in Pennsylvania. Colleen, could you provide our audience with your contact information?
Absolutely. The easiest way to contact us is through our website. It's zachbrownlaw.com. That's ZACBROWNLAW.com. On there, you'll get access to our office information, phone numbers, our personal email addresses. Contact your attorney that way. My email address is my first initial last name, so CBRATKOVICH @zachbrownlaw.com. And our phone number is 724-942-6200.
Thank you, Colleen. Colleen, this has been the Lawyers Who Care video show podcast that highlights attorneys who go above and beyond for their clients. And even on Christmas Eve, Colleen is there for hers. If you know an attorney or are one that goes above and beyond, feel free to reach out to us at 914-666-6600. Number again, 914-666-6600. Colleen, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Andrew.